Hello everyone and welcome to Everything Disney Family. I'm Nicole and today we're going to talk about the Wild Africa Trek at Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Lauren and I did this private tour last week and we can't wait to share everything about it. Make sure you click that like button and click subscribe to see more Disney content from us. So let's get into the details of the Wild Africa Trek. So like I said, it's a private tour. For our tour, we had 12 guests plus 2 tour guides that went around in the safari area at Animal Kingdom. So let's see, to start, the price is $219 per person plus tax. So it is really expensive. Like, this was something that I've always wanted to do, but that price point is pretty steep, especially after you bought a park ticket to get into Animal Kingdom and then paying $219 in addition to that. Another thing is that you have to be 8 years old in order to do this tour. Definitely you want to be 8 years old. There's some things in here that we do that, you know, I don't know, they probably don't want to, they wouldn't trust somebody under 8 years old, and you need to know if your child is ready for this or not. Lauren definitely enjoyed it, and I would say she was a great age for it. She learned so much. You can book this tour in advance, 60 days in advance, just like your dining reservation. So if you're staying on site, you can book it in even farther in advance, like the dining reservations, where you could book further into your trip on your first day of your trip, 60 days prior to your first day of your trip. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. So the tour is 3 hours long, and it does include, they call it a snack. I would say that it was definitely a lunch. We'll show you that more in detail. And then also there was an option for Lauren to get a less adventurous meal. So that was great because Lauren's a very picky eater. So that was a great option to have. The tour also includes PhotoPass photos. You don't have to have Memory Maker. All the PhotoPass downloads are all included, and you guys, they took so many great photos. I can't wait to show you all the photos that they took. It made it everything. You know, you want to document what you're doing. It was such a great tour. We wanted to see all the animals, so the photos were really great. I hope that this video answers all of your questions. Let us know in the comments if you have any further questions. We're so excited to show you everything that we did. I hope that this answers your questions if you're trying to decide, should you do the Wild Africa Trek? Hopefully I can show you everything that happens along the way and help you make that decision. So let's first check out the first video that we have. It's going to be Lauren before we even go out on the trek, and it's going to be her. You'll see that she's wearing a vest with a harness. So because there's parts of the trek that you are harnessed on, and so she also is going to have an earpiece, and then the device that, like, so that it's like a VIP tour, and so you're listening to your tour guide throughout the tour. So you have your little listening device. Everything is attached to your vest though. So you're also going to get a name tag and a water bottle, and you do get to keep those items. So that was a cool souvenir. They also provide a strap for your sunglasses and then also a strap for your phone. So if you are going on this tour, make sure that your phone has a phone case on it. If it does not have, if it's just your phone with no case, they can't attach that to your vest in any way, and you will not be able to bring your phone. And you're going to want to bring your phone to take some videos. So let's check out that first video of Lauren showing you what her gear looks like.
All right, we are here and ready to go on the Wild Africa Trek here at Animal Kingdom. Lauren is all strapped up. She has her sunglasses. She's got an earpiece with the listening device down here, a water bottle. You want to turn around? Let's see your whole get up. Children age 8 and up can do the Wild Africa Trek. So let's see how we like it. Are you excited?
All right, so that was a great video of Lauren with her gear on. So now let's get ready to go out on the trek. So after this video, we place all of our items in a locker. You can't bring anything with you except for something that can be attached to you, like I said. So we started walking on the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail until we go to the backstage area. So it was not a very long walk, just, you start right at the Kilimanjaro Safaris, you walk up that Gorilla Falls Trail, and then you enter the backstage area. So when we started going backstage, I set a workout on my Apple Watch so I could see, because I wasn't sure how long this trail was actually going to be, that we were going to be on this strenuous hike. So I set my Apple Watch and then I stopped it when we were done, when we stopped for lunch, and it was a total of 0.45 miles. So less than half a mile is what your hike is. So it's really not bad. I feel like they made it sound like it was going to be worse, but so not bad. We did walk on a dirt path that, you had to kind of watch where you were walking basically every step you took, because there were a lot of tree roots and it was just dirt, and rocks were in there possibly too, leaves, anything. So you did need to watch where you're walking. So that I feel like that was almost a harder walk than going on the bridges, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So our first stop was at the hippos. And I'm going to show you another video, and we were attached to the harness so that we would not fall into the hippos, because there's like no wall. The hippos are like down lower, but you could literally like fall right into be with the hippos, which of course Disney's not going to let that happen. So we are harnessed, and I will show you that video now.
It's about 10, 20 when you're at the bottom of the river down that end. They look at the dark shadow, but sometimes they don't get out until they kind of get towards the surface. But like I said, they come in the barn twice a day. They go in the barn that way, up that ramp, into the barn. They're cue to come in, so we want them to come to us. The cue to come here is this banging on the bucket. But for the barn, it's a triangle.
Okay, so the hippos were really cool to see, but next up we walked a little bit further and we made it to the bridges. So you've maybe seen these bridges while you were on the Kilimanjaro safaris. You might have seen people walking across them. This is like in the alligator area, and there's two bridges that we get to walk across. Again, we are harnessed in, so we don't fall, of course, and they are like, when the first person went out on those bridges, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, those are real. I wasn't nervous at all until I saw the first person, and the bridges were kind of rocking, and he was going really slow, and he seemed like a very fit person, and he was going very slow, and I was like, oh, why is he going so slow? Like, is this going to be scary? No, it was not scary for me at all. Once I got out there, it was fine. It was a little rocky, but it was fine. There's basically maybe 2 or 3 people on the bridge at a time, so it's not like the person in front of you or behind you was like jumping up and down to make it super rocky. So let's take a look at the couple of videos that I took while on the bridge. Again, I was trying to just be quick, so they're quick videos, but you will see Lauren walking on the bridge, and then also you'll see Lauren like stop because she's taking some pictures. Our guide was taking, like, they would have us pose in a certain spot and then take some photos. And again, under us, there's lots of alligators. Not lots, a couple alligators. So let's take a look at those videos. Okay, so after we crossed the bridge, once everybody got across the bridge, then we went into an area, again, just like the hippos, where we could get into an area where we were harnessed in again, and we could see the alligators. We were much closer to the alligators, and again, they were like right there, but they were much lower than we were. But again, we could like fall in if we were not harnessed in. So let's take a quick look at that video. Again, I tried to like show the video, like in the video, how we were harnessed in and how that harness was attached to something so that you could see, because I feel like that's something that you might want to see if you have a child going with you. How safe is this going to be? We felt completely safe the whole time.
You know, one of the differences between crocodiles and alligators.
Isn't it the bite, the way the teeth?
Yeah, their teeth, exactly right. So if you look at my crocodile friends right now, they have a tooth that kind of comes up to the side, that's kind of out of their mouth. And that is going to be special to a crocodile. You can take a look at it on our skull over here. Alligators, they look like this.
Okay, so after we finished up with the alligators, then we go to an area where we actually take all of our vests off. We are done with the harness, so we don't need that anymore. We get to keep our water bottle and our name tag, and then we get on a truck. So like this is much smaller than the like Kilimanjaro Safaris truck. There is, like I said, 12 of us plus the 2 tour guides. So we're just on like an open truck, and we have a driver also that's driving the truck. So we get on that truck and we just start like going around the safari area like we would on the Kilimanjaro safaris. But, you know, normally on the safari ride, you know, maybe the driver can stop for 30 seconds, maybe a minute if there's something really cool to see. Where this, like, we could stop for 5 minutes. We could stop for as long as we wanted to actually to see the animals, to learn about the animals. The tour guides had so much information. We got to see, and I'll show this video also, we got to see Willow the giraffe. If you look at, it's a giraffe, she's off in the distance and she's pretty much just standing there, she's not walking, and she has a heart on her neck. Like, that was so cool to see, and the tour guide said that giraffe's name was Willow, so that was really cool to see. We also got to see the baby elephant that was just recently born. I don't know how old she was, I forget that fact. I think her name was Cora. So the little baby elephant was so cute. That was so fun to see. You can hear in the video too, they are talking about how they're hoping to have another baby elephant, but they talk about how long a woman or a female elephant is pregnant for. It's a very long time. You can hear that fact in the video. Let's see what else. I think that covers all that. So let's take a look at those couple of videos where we are on the safari truck. And this is another part of the tour that, you know, you're not walking, you're not having to do any strenuous activity. That whole part of the tour is over. Now you just get to relax and enjoy being on the truck and seeing the safari.
A lot easier than when they're full grown, just because they are that much smaller. Definitely not small by any means, but smaller than they were. It really depends on the species, but kind of yes. So our giraffe will go in at night. Most of our animals on the savannah want to take those. They don't really want to stick around, ask questions, see what's happening. They're like, nope, we should just probably go. And that's where you get that kind of stampede motion. So it's actually safer and more comfortable for them to be out here during really bad storms and hurricanes and things like that, because they can decide where it is that they want to be, and if they get spooked, they can take off and go find somewhere new. Whereas if we were to bring them into their barn, they only have so many options. But Luna here, what's really exciting is that she, hopefully, fingers crossed, will also be a mom pretty soon in the future. When I say pretty soon, don't get too excited. Does anyone know how long elephants are pregnant for? How long their gestation is? It's about 22 months on average. So that's why it's about 2 years. So it's a very long time. So that's why I say don't hold your breath. Yeah. You know, watch the Disney Parks vlog. We'll all find out together what gets posted there. But it's very exciting that we're able to continue our
Okay, so next up, we get to head to the area for lunch. Again, I think on the website it calls it a snack, but I would say that we timed this properly, that it was our lunch. And there was so much great food, and what was even better was the view. Also, I should mention, this was the first time that we had access to a bathroom, because there was no bathrooms throughout the first part of our tour. So keep that in mind, use the bathroom before you head out on the tour. But we do have a bathroom stop here. Oh, Belle wants to say hello. So we had a beautiful view of the animals. Like, we could see on one area, like, so one side of us, we could see the giraffes, the zebras, and then on the other way, we could see like the flamingos. You know, the flamingos, like at the end of the safari, that's like what we could see. So I've never noticed this spot, but I think that they do other tours that eat here also. So it was kind of, I can't wait to go on the safari. I got to be like, oh yeah, that's where we ate. So you could see the flamingos and then the elephants. So we could see the baby elephant while we were eating. So cute. Oh, and now Jasmine says hello. So Lauren got the less adventurous option to eat, and I'll show you a quick video of what our food looked like. So what I received was hummus and pita, prosciutto, am I saying that right? And mozzarella, an olive mix, fresh fruit. Guys, the fresh fruit was my favorite. They cut it into like these teeny tiny little squares. I don't know. I ate it all. Like, normally I'm not a huge fan of melon. Like, there was, I think, watermelon in there also, which I like watermelon, but the melon, like and pineapple, and I do like pineapple, but the melon, the way it was cut, it was just so good. I loved it. There was also a chicken wrap and then marinated shrimp. So that was what was in the, we'll say, the adult portion. In Lauren's, she also had a chicken wrap, but it had like just chicken and cheese, maybe ranch on it. oh, she had carrots that she could, and then she had like a container of ranch that she dipped her carrots in. She had like potato chips, and then she had like an M&M like granola mix, and she had the fruit also. So, I mean, she ate mostly everything that was in there, so that was a great option for her, and it was just so beautiful looking out on the savannah. And then also the guide took multiple pictures here of each party, like looking both ways of the towards the giraffes and then towards the elephants. So that was really cool too. A great view. So let's take a look at the food, and then I'll show you kind of the seating area. There were 4 tables with 4 chairs each. So it was mostly parties of 2 that we were with on this tour. I think it was, let's see, there was 8 of us that were in parties of 2 and then a party of 4. So the 4 people sat together, of course, and then I chose to sit with, there was another little girl and her dad, so I thought we would sit with them since it was me and Lauren, and let the other 2 couples sit by themselves. So you might have to sit with someone else at a table. Also, I should mention that you also get pog juice to drink. So passion orange guava juice, I think is what that is. There's also a spot to refill your water bottle. I should mention about the water bottle also that it was very, like you really had to like tip it up, and it like came out very slowly, probably because they didn't want you drinking too much and having to use the bathroom. But anyways, let's take a look at that food and more importantly, the view.
Tomato, and onion in there. The item is covered up in a homemade garlic and leaf hummus, and some pita bread to go along with it. Then kind of sounds that elephants make. Sometimes they make sounds that we can't hear. So like if you were listening to them, camera trap.
Okay, so after our lunch, our snack, we got back on the truck, and then we didn't have too much more of the tour to go after that, but we did, drive a little bit more on the safari, and I think we saw the lion. I think we went by like the lion. So basically like the end of the safari, but then it pretty much ended where we started. So then we got off the truck and we were able to go back to our area where we had put all of our stuff in a locker. So we got our items out of our locker. They gave us a little card for the photo pass numbers so that we could pull up those pictures. It did take over 24 hours for those pictures to show up in my Disney Experience app, but once they showed up, they were great. So overall thoughts on the tour, we thought it was great. Lauren really enjoyed it. I thought that we both learned a lot, so much more than we do just on a normal safari ride. So I think it's definitely worth it to do it. It is a big price tag, so you have to decide if it was worth it for you. Dave wasn't really interested in it, so that's why we never did it. But since we were taking a trip without Dave, we thought it was a great time to do the tour. I do know that there's also I think it's Caring for Giants tour. We have never done that one, but I think that one's a much lower price point, and I think younger children can do that one also, and you get to go into like a backstage area with the elephants, which would probably be super cool with the new baby elephant there. So those are our thoughts on the tour. Please let us know if you have any questions, and we're happy to answer any questions. And stay tuned, because I know that I have at least one more video coming out of our trip with just Lauren and I. And then we have some fun trips planned in the future, and we can't wait to share all of that with you. Remember to like this video and subscribe.